Greetings. I want to do a recap of what happened last week, starting off with President Trump, who is still being harassed by the Democrats. Now in New York, they're trying to get $500 million from him, or they're going to take his property. And that's just kind of crazy. These Democrats have lost their minds. That's why when I see ads like this from Joe Biden, I'm just confused.
Donald Trump is obsessed with revenge. I'm focused on the future. I'm lowering drug prices, getting more people health care, defending our basic rights like the right to choose. We're pushing past Trump's grievances and building a better future.
Yeah, it's crazy that Joe Biden can sit here and say that Donald Trump is divisive when he's the one actually trying to lock up his leading political opponent. But I want to stay in New York. In the city of New York, police officers entered a home that was occupied by 4 people, and you wouldn't believe what they found in there.
We are learning more about the 4 people accused in connection to the discovery of dismembered body parts in parks.
But as CBS 2's Jenna DeAngelis reports, they haven't been charged with killing the 2 victims.
44-year-old Stephen Brown, 40-year-old Amanda Wallace, 38-year-old Jeffrey Mackey, and 33-year-old Alexis Nieves charged with tampering with evidence and concealing a human corpse, released without bail Wednesday, fitted with GPS monitoring. But they likely won't be returning to the Railroad Avenue home in Amityville, where police say 3 of the 4 live because it's been deemed uninhabitable. According to police, Nieves is homeless. Prosecutors told a judge there was significant blood in the pipe, sink, shower, and toilet of the home, and police confiscated meat cleavers, butcher knives, flesh, and body parts. All 4 pled not guilty. The defense attorneys for the 2 male suspects admitted they lived in the home, but said they're innocent.
He didn't kill anybody, and as far as I can see from the get-go, this case is based upon a lot of assumptions.
He's dealing with it best he can. It's, as you can imagine, a very difficult situation.
The arrest came Tuesday after police found more body parts believed to be those of a 53-year-old man and a 59-year-old woman. The disturbing discovery since Thursday in Bethpage, West Babylon, and Babylon Village. The DA said the suspects went to barbaric lengths to cover the crime. According to the felony complaint, they did remove from the home sharp instruments, multiple body parts, and other related items, and dispose of them to conceal the crime of murder in the 2nd degree. The charges, which do not include murder, mean supervised release for the suspects, at the frustration of the Suffolk County District Attorney and County Executive, who points to, quote, the failure of Albany's bail laws.
At first, I thought this was the story about old boy who was on the Joe Rogan podcast. You know, Sheldon Jackson, who was released early from prison after being convicted and found guilty of armed robbery. Yeah, he got out, and in his apartment, they found body parts in there. But no, it wasn't about him. It was 4 other individuals who were released without bond, like released on the street, but they found body parts in the house. It's confusing. Is dismembering starting to become a trend in New York? And how could you actually live in New York if you are a law-abiding citizen that pays taxes? Like, it's becoming, well, it already is a cesspool, and they're dismembering people. That can't be a new trend. And yet, if you try to fight against it, fight against the bad guys who are actually taking over the city, you'll be locked up and treated as a criminal. Even if these people take your home.
Yeah, there's laws. You shouldn't be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are.
How about that? A squatter standoff. A property owner confronts a group of people she says moved into her $1 million home in Queens, and our cameras were rolling as dozens of officers showed up.
Several people were taken away in handcuffs, and one of those arrested may surprise you.
Investigative reporter Dan Krauth joins us now with more on what happened. Tell us, Dan.
Well, this is a very big growing problem. I received dozens of tips from viewers about this in just the past week. I went to do what I thought was going to be a routine interview. Instead, we capture what police and property owners are dealing with on a daily basis.
I have video of you. Hold on. Who are these people? Out the situation. Yeah, but they're in my house, man. Relax. No.
To understand how this day ended,
We need the police right away.
with multiple 911 calls and arrests, we have to start at the beginning.
Adele, the hardest question is, how do you say your name?
We met Adele Andaloro outside the home her parents left her in Flushing, Queens. She's in the process of selling it.
No, he locked it.
But she's been locked out. She claims squatters moved in on February 6th and refused to leave.
What's it like being here knowing you can't go inside of your own home?
It's enraging. It really is.
In New York, squatters have rights after 30 days.
By the time that someone does their investigation and they do their work and their job, we'll be well over the 30 days, and this man will have stolen my home. This is my furniture. These are my curtains.
She didn't just find her belongings inside.
There's a man sleeping right there. Get out of my house.
She found 2 men. How long have you lived here?
I moved in about 2 days ago.
They've called the police on me, and I've called the locksmiths. I didn't come in illegally. The door was open.
Police started interviewing neighbors and looking for documents.
Do you have something that shows that you've been here for more than 30 days?
They took the man who told me he had been renting for 2 days out in handcuffs
They got one out.
and escorted the other guy off the property.
Now you're afraid to come out.
I'm not coming out. This house is empty. This is my home. My locksmith is on the corner waiting to change my locks. And that's not fair. It's not fair that I, as the homeowner, should be having to go through this.
How you doing?
Minutes later, a locksmith showed up, but police gave her a warning before they left.
I may end up in handcuffs today if this man shows up here and says that I have illegally evicted him. I said to them, let him take me to court the way I've been told to take him to court. But today, I'm not leaving my house.
Less than 10 minutes after police left and the locks were changed, the man who claims to be the one actually leasing the house shows up.
Call the police again.
With the other guy, police took off the property.
Do you see this? This guy just literally broke down my door, broke through myself and my daughter to get in here. This guy just forced himself into my house. No, he did not. Yes, he did. No, he did. And so did you. You broke through the front door.
Officer. The man called the police on her. So Adele, you're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
And where's your lease?
She's fighting the house. It's not her house anymore.
My deed is current and legal.
Arrested for unlawful eviction. She changed the locks on a man who claims he lives there. So,
isn't it wild how these criminals are so comfortable that they would even commit a crime on national TV in front of news cameras, and yet they're treated as if they're doing nothing wrong because they're bad guys and it's a Democratic stronghold in New York. But they're not the only ones who know about the laws of squatting. Criminal aliens know about this, and they're passing it on to their friends through TikTok.
Mi gente, he pensado invadir una casa en United States, ya que me enteré que existe una ley que dice que si una casa no está habitada, podemos expropiarla. Capichi, muchachos. Aquí en United States también se aplica la de invasión de terreno. Y creo que ese será mi próximo negocio. Invadir casas abandonadas. Ya que me he buscado unos códigos con mis amigos africanos. Y me dijeron que ya llevan como 7 casas expropiadas. Y como dice el dicho, papi, hay que buscar la vuelta. Y la vuelta ahorita mismo es invadir casas. Ya que nos encontramos en situación de calle. Y es la única manera que tenemos para no vivir en la calle y no ser una carga pública. Capichi, la ley dice que las casas abandonadas, deterioradas y que esté en mal estado, podemos llegar y repararlas, vivir en ellas y si podemos venderlas, hasta pedir créditos con ellas. ¿Qué dicen ustedes?
So let me get this straight. If you're a criminal that was born in America or a criminal alien, you're able to do whatever you want to. The government and the police, they will turn their backs to it. But if you're a natural born citizen who's just trying to do the right thing and uphold your constitutional rights, you're actually treated as the criminal. There was a story in Chicago that I saw where a criminal alien was in possession of a firearm, and apparently the judge threw the case out saying that he was within his constitutional rights. So people who live in Chicago who pay taxes, as a law-abiding citizen, tries to do the right thing. How do you feel about that? You don't have constitutional rights because it is really hard for you to own a firearm. But a criminal alien, yeah, they actually have constitutional rights. The system can't keep working like this. After a while, the people are going to get tired of it. They see for a fact that criminals are taking over the nation, and pretty soon there's going to be an uprising in people who just get sick of it. Because that story of where the woman whose house was taken over by squatters, yeah, vigilantes came over and they evicted the men that were staying there. And it's going to get like that more and more across the country. And it's getting really bad because there was this last story that I saw that I was like, I don't know what to tell you. We're actually being invaded because this happened at the southern border just a couple days ago. If you don't understand, we're under attack. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think there's hope for this country? Or do you think that we're pretty much going down the drain? Can Donald Trump turn it around? Are you going to vote for Joe Biden or Donald Trump? Or do you think that all this exaggeration is not that big of a deal because it's not happening next door to you? But that's all I have for you today. I'm your host, TJ Evans, with another installment of the TJ Evans Show. Y'all remember, do your own research. Don't take my word for gold. Y'all stay safe, stay prayed up. Y'all do the YouTube and Rumble thing. Subscribe to the Royal Family Studios page. Like this video. And go check out my book on Amazon, The Diary of Marvin Dwayne. Peace.